Hey guys, it's Fletch. Welcome back to Fletch Does It. Today we're going to be looking at this newer, I don't know exactly how long it's been out now, but they had a job site, quote unquote, job site radio before this. It was quite a bit smaller. And this is the newer one. And I'm going to give you my opinion on it after having it for, probably around a year, something like that. But stick around. We'll be right back and we'll give you all the deets. All right, guys, thanks for sticking around. I greatly appreciate it. So first off, let's take a look here and see. Let's see what the actual model number is. We'll bring it in close so we can see. Looks like it's the KJR 124B-03. And while we've got it here, our radio presets can be stored on this. And there's two AAA batteries that you need to put in there for that. And then right here is where all of your Kobalt 24-volt batteries are compatible with this. And you just slide it in there. But here it is on my workbench. And as you can see, yeah, guys, this is a real working garage. It's not some sound studio or something crazy like that. But just to start out with some of the functionality of it, it does have an antenna that does work, does help. It just slides up and down. And it's kind of nice when if you have the antenna up like this, a lot of phones you can set down in there and it'll hold your phone in this slot. Backside here is your AC power, and they give you a converter that comes with it when you buy it. So you can put that in there if you're using it inside your shop permanently. Another thing while we're talking about that is you can pair two of these together as well. And so you could put one on one side of the shop, one on the other side of the shop. You could have a full, stereo experience maybe, something like that. Fill the area with sound basically. And then on the front here, we've also got a aux in line. So anything that's got a line out, you can plug in here, pipe the sound through this. There's also a USB-A and USB-C in here, as you can see. You can use this to charge things. So as an example, you could have your iPhone or Droid or whatever connected to this through Bluetooth, but be charging it through USB. This does not have Apple CarPlay or what is it? I can't think of what it is right now for Droid, but it's not a quote-unquote smart system on the inside of this. So let's go ahead and turn it on here. And as you can see, the kids, I don't usually use the radio, but you've got AM and you got radio, or clock, and you can see it does have a basic equalizer function where you can change the bass, treble, and this is the pairing button here. If you're going to pair two of these units together, as well as the Bluetooth setting here so that you can sync it. You've got some basic controls that do work, play, pause, skip forward, skip back, volume up, down, and then your mode button toggles between AM radio, FM radio, and aux. See, there it says FM, click it again, and it says AM, click it again, and it shows you that the Bluetooth. All right, so like we were talking about with the batteries, this little 2 amp hour battery that was in here, that works fine, as well as a 4 amp hour battery goes in there just fine, and still sits flat, no issues. And then we can also use the big old Hondo 6 amp hour battery, and same thing, it fits in here just fine, and it still sits flush. No problems, no issues. Like we talked about before, this has presets for your radio, 5 of them, and those as well as the time are saved in the system through the 2 AAA batteries that you need to keep in there. and that saves your presets for your radio. You know, if you live where I live, you can't really listen to radio, and certainly not inside a steel building. However, you know, I usually use the Bluetooth connection for it and end up disconnecting through Bluetooth. And I do also like this function where you can charge off of this. So if you're out on the job site, you can plug your phone into this, or iPod even would work, and it will charge it for you, and it charges it off of your system batteries. So in my opinion, that's a nice feature and benefit as well. Like we said, it does have 6 batteries. It has good sound, much better sound than this. You know, this is the entry-level one, and as you can see, you know, it definitely gets used. And so, but yeah, the sound on this is much better than this. The high and mid range on this is actually fairly decent for its size and what it is. However, it has, you know, 0 to no bass. This has much more bass than that. I'm not an audiophile, but I do like my music to sound good. And, you know, there's just no substitute for having, like, you know, a 12-inch subwoofer or something like that, you know, to really give quality sounding bass without the bass distorting it and, you know, starting to fuzz up the sound of your music. Guys, like I said, we've had this for about a year and we've used it a lot. I'm really happy with it. I will tell you, one of these that we got actually had some issue where the bass was really fuzzy on it after a while, and I'm pleased to report that when I called Kobalt, told them what the issue was, and it was still within the first year, and they said, yeah, no problem. They gave me a voucher number, and they told me to take it to my local Lowe's store, which I did, and I explained the situation, and they said, yep, absolutely, go pick out another one. I went and got it. I gave them the voucher number, and I walked out with a, you know, no questions asked, a completely brand new unit. You know, I didn't have to send it in and they checked it out or anything like that. So in today's day and age, that's kind of a rare, in my opinion, that's kind of a rare thing for a company to, you know, just completely stand behind the product and be like, yep, we'll cover it, not a problem. Very happy with that. And like I said, it's got handles on both sides so you can carry it easily. And it also kind of creates a roll cage type effect like this, so it's protected no matter which way you turn it. And it's a very robust unit like we talked about before. Guys, that's about it. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to try to answer them for you, but you know, it's really self-explanatory. Like I said, you know, it doesn't have like Apple CarPlay or, you know, whatever the same thing for that is on Droid. I don't remember right now. It's just a basic Bluetooth connection and or 3.5 millimeter jack, line in, aux in, whatever you want to call it. And you know, it sounds good and it does a good job. Okay guys, and here we'll give you an example of let me turn this down so it doesn't blow out your eardrums. And sound warning, I'm going to turn this up for you guys here in a second so you can see how loud it is. So if you're on headphones or something now, you might want to turn down your volume in preparation for that. As you can see, the Bluetooth light is on here, so we're connected via Bluetooth and it's plugged in here. And as you can also see right there, it is charging right now as well. It's connected through the iOS to USB-A, which is connected here. We were showing you earlier in the ports. So there's also USB-C, USB-A, and you can't run your sound through the USB cord. That doesn't work. You have to connect it either through the aux, through the 3.5 millimeter jack. And, you know, this is, you know, what the 3.5 millimeter jack would look like, right? And typically it's a patch cord like this, right? Where you take one end and you plug it into your device and the other end, you know, a patch cord, 3.5 millimeter. So let's go ahead and turn her on. This is with the bass on 3 and the treble on 5. 5's the max. And as you can see, this is Bass is on 3, 5 is the max, bass on 3, and treble on 5. But also understand, you know, this is just being picked up by a lavalier microphone that I have on right now. May not be picking up absolutely the best sound. Just to give you an example of how it works. And like I was telling you about before, your phone will just fit in that slot right there. So it kind of keeps it out of the way, and it's charging while it's playing. So you're not going to run down your battery in your phone completely, running your Bluetooth so that you can connect it via Bluetooth, because the cable's charging it while you're using it. And like you were talking about before, this is the first model that Kobalt came, and I already did a review of this. It's on my channel if you want to go in and look at it. There's a playlist where I have all of my Kobalt 24V reviews on there. You can go in there and look for this. But this is just, you know, a real basic, plain and simple unit. Well, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to post them below. I'll do my best to answer them for you. But, you know, just in this short little review of this product, it's good to go. I would definitely buy it again.